everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this video, and welcome to anybody who has recently found my channel through the whole YouTube front page feature thing this past weekend. And if you're hearing any bells in this video, my cat Cupcake is playing like crazy with this toy. It's like a stick, and it has this string that like dangles the toy on the end of it, and there is a bell on it, and you know whenever she is playing with it. Anyway, I wanted to do a video on my favorite drugstore blushes because it might seem like kind of a specific topic, but actually I've been requested to do this video by a lot of different people, so I thought I would go ahead and get that done for you. And I'm going to kind of be going through some different categories, some blushes that are good as contours, my favorite Peachy blush, a couple of pinks that I like, and a really good Rosy blush as well. So I feel like blush, I mean, as my mom has always told me, blush is one of the best things you can do to just perk up your face, make yourself look more healthy, and it's so quick and it's really easy. I mean, it's not like, okay, you have to apply this shade here and this shade here, you know, it's not as complex as eyes, and it's not really as in your face as lips, but it's very easy to put on, and it just, you know, can really enhance your look a lot. So for blush, I use a blush brush about like this. This is from Revlon, and I actually found this from Big Lots not too long ago, but this is about the size it is on my cheek. So, you know, I like to use a brush that is tapered also for blush, so meaning, you know, it's not blunt, cut straight across, but it has, you know, shorter bristles here and longest bristles at the, you know, highest point of the brush there. So that works good for me for application. You will find, if you're interested in a brush similar to this, Revlon sells brushes now in Walmart and stuff like that. I don't really recommend with some of these different blushes that actually come with a small brush. I'm not recommending any of those little brushes because I just don't feel like they blend well. I feel like they're too small, and I just don't think you should rely on those for your blush application. So get a good blush brush, you know, about medium size. If you were to smile and really press it on your cheek, it would like cover up the apple of your cheek. I will start with the blush I have on today, which is kind of a rosy blush. And as I go through this, I'll sort of tell you why I choose different shades on different days. But for example, I'm doing a reddish lip today. Actually, what I have on is NYC lipstick in sheer red, one of my favorite reds. And then I kind of sort of took it down a notch color-wise, but gave it some shine with my Maybelline Shine Sensational lip gloss in Tempting Toffee. You can see that's almost more of a neutral shade. But anyway, if I'm going with more of a red lip, I like the rosy cheek that's not so much coral and peach, and also not pink, but it's more like a really nice flushed look, like maybe you just worked out. You've just got this nice glow to your cheeks. And this one happens to be the e.l.f. Studio Blush. These are being sold at Target and also online at eyeslipsface.com. Cupcake is sniffing the camera. But it's called Blushing Rose. Hi, Cupcake. Hey, sweetie pie. Okay. There's going to be a tail come into the shot soon. But it's called Blushing Rose, and it has a little hint of sparkle, but I feel like it's kind of a deeper blush. This will last me for a really long time because I literally only go like that. I only touch my brush to the product, and I've got enough on there for one cheek. So that's a really good blush, good standard blush just for that glowing cheek kind of look. For a peachy blush that I really like. So this is sort of a peachy pink, and this is probably one of the most universal shades. I feel like this looks good on pretty much all skin tones, and this is a matte blush, and you'll be able to see that I like this one a lot. It's the Milani Minerals blush in Mai Tai. Talked about it so many times. Milani is a brand you can find online at cherryculture.com. You may find it in certain drugstores as well, but it just has that really nice kind of corally peachy tone, but it also has kind of a pinky tone to it as well. So this is good kind of regardless of what's on your lips and eyes. This is going to work with your skin tone, perk it up, make it look really fresh, and not add any additional shine with that one. Next off, if I'm doing like a light or even a bright pink lip look, you know, I kind of tend to go toward a more pinky blush. And two of my favorites, this first one is a little more bright, a little more pigmented, and it's the CoverGirl Cheekers blush in Plumberry Glow. And as you can see there, it's got a little shimmer. It doesn't come off very shimmery on the cheeks at all. It kind of reminds me of MAC's Dolly Mix blush in that you get this sort of somewhat sheer but pretty pink glow to your cheeks. Even if you're doing a nude lip and you want the cheek to kind of take the spotlight a little bit more, this is a really great blush. I've used it so many times and really enjoyed the effect that I get with that. So Plumberry Glow from CoverGirl. If you want something even more subtle and you really like the glowy, shimmery, almost like a blush and highlighter in one, Hard Candy, really cute packaging, available at Walmart, has this shade called Living Doll. And if you look closely at this, or maybe you have to see it in person, you can tell it's more shimmery, but it's also laced with like a golden shade there as well. So you're gonna get a lighter pink with this, a more shimmery highlighter type look, but it's very pretty. I love this blush and I use it quite often, sometimes even layering it with a blush like Plumberry Glow. Next up, we need to talk about blushes that are a little bit deeper and something that you can use as a contour. Rarely do I ever use just one shade of blush, and that might sound high maintenance or whatever, but I just feel like my face looks better when I've got that pop of color on the apples of the cheeks, which would be any of the shades I've just mentioned, but then I like to have a little deeper shade right in here just to really enhance my face, give my face some definition and that sort of thing. One of my all-time favorites is from CoverGirl again. It's a Cheekers blush in golden pink. And this is basically just a deep shade. It's almost like a bronzer, but it's a little bit warmer. By warmer, I mean it's just got, I'm sorry, the light is kind of catching me funny here in this video, so I apologize, but it's just got a little bit more, it's less tan and more like a deep peachy tone to it. And it works great as a contour. Only issue with this is that I'm slowly starting to see it. I feel like it's being practically phased out because I'm seeing it in some stores and not others. So I'm concerned that it may be getting discontinued. If so, I have a backup plan for you, and that is a shade called Soft Sable, which is not quite as dark as what I just mentioned, but it can still work very nice. Probably better even if you have lighter skin, like very fair skin, and you still want a good contour. Soft Sable could be good for you as well. It's just a little lighter than Golden Pink, but it's a pretty close comparison there. So in case you're going to your store and you're like, I can't find Golden Pink, go for the other. Another great option that I use pretty much daily is from e.l.f. and it's the Contouring Blush and Bronzing Powder, and it comes in a nice compact like this. Really love that these compacts have such a nice big mirror to them. I think that's great if you're traveling. I mean, I was traveling this past weekend and this was like the one I would pull out to see my face in because you can see so much of your face when you use this. But anyway, this comes with two products. You're getting like a sort of a really apricot peach blush with some golden sparkle, so this will have some shimmer on your face. Keep that in mind. Probably more shimmer than almost any of the ones I've talked about, except for possibly this Hard Candy one. And then you've got a bronzer there as well, and this is pretty deep. If you have very fair skin, I would advise you to use this extremely sparingly. Just touch your brush to it, much like the other e.l.f. blush I mentioned at the start. Just touch your brush to it and use it as a contour. I like to suck my cheeks in, and then I can start to see that, and when you put it on with your blush brush, you just start to see that contour develop. You can contour below, a little bit up in here. If you look in any full face tutorials I've done, you will see more demonstrations of that, but this is just nice to have the two in one thing. That's a very all-purpose blush that's not going to clash with any sort of lip look you got going on. So I think that is a very good buy. It's like $3, so can't go wrong with that. In terms of cream blushes at the drugstore, one I have to talk about is an actual cream, and it is the Blushable Cream Sticks from New York Color. The one I have here to show you is Plaza Pink. It's just kind of a neutral pink shade, but they have multiple shades. I really like how these go on. I like that they're easy enough to blend in to where, like, okay, I've already put on my foundation and I don't want to feel like I have to rub like heck to put on my cream blush and mess up the foundation. So it's very easy to blend. Love that. And lots of different shades, just pick your favorite. Another one that's good is the Dream Mousse Blush from Maybelline. I have multiple shades of this. This one is Peach Satin. This is more a light texture, even easier to blend than the NYC, and that one's pretty simple to use as well, but this is very light. This one's almost like a highlight. I have other shades as well that are more pigmented, less shimmer. But if you're really looking for staying power, maybe you struggle with the staying power of your blush as it is, putting on a cream blush, topping it off with a coordinating powder can work really well. So hopefully that gives you some ideas in terms of blushes, how to use them, when to pick certain colors and not others. You know, you may just want to simplify it, pick one that works, and then be done with your whole selection process there. But for me, I mean, if I'm using a red lip, like I said, I'll go for more that rosy blush. If I'm doing a pink lip, kind of tend toward light pink blushes, or, you know, more nude seeming blush that just gives that hint of glow. And if you're doing just kind of a neutral lip or really anything else, peachy pinks are always a good option, I feel like. So hopefully this helped you guys that were looking for some good deals on blushes, good affordable blushes, and thanks for watching and have a great day.